I'm gonna go red today. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Coffee and Conversation.
Welcome to Coffee and Conversations. How are y'all doing this morning? Are y'all grabbing your beverage of choice? Hot beverage of choice, some coffee, some tea, latte, mocha. Ooh, I'm feeling a little better today. I ain't gonna say 100%, but I'm better than I was yesterday. And that I'll take for sure. What y'all drinking on this morning? Ooh, put some cream in there. Let me get a spoon. All right. Get the napkin. Ooh. How are y'all doing this morning? Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Conversations. Conversations, because y'all already know we be from one conversation and topic to another real quick. And y'all already know tomorrow is Hot Topics, because today is Thriving Thursday. And we got a good topic for y'all today that we will be talking about shortly.
That part.
So, Precious Coffee is hyping
brewing
and brewing.
It's gonna be nice and hot.
I'll try to make hers last, so hers be piping hot in her insulated cup, honey, so it can stay hot. I'll be sipping over here. You know, she get to talking, so I try to make hers last because she don't sip as much as I sip. Because the apostle has a message, okay?
I'll be waiting for it. I just got a long. I'll be
waiting for it, honey, because
you got a message too. I'm just long-winded.
Only when you give it to me, because I'll be like, it hit me. It just hits me, and then I'll be like,
yeah. I'm gonna feed off of that. I'm ready to go.
I'm the feeder, honey.
Yeah, I'm a feeder, and she's gonna be like, aha.
That's how it go. I'll be like,
that's it.
So like double dutch. Waiting my turn. Yeah. Like, okay, I got something to say now.
Now I got something. Oh, I know where to go now.
You just put something in my spirit.
Just put something in your spirit. That's why I say I have soul stirring conversations, right? And it just shakes you up to see what you have to say. It's like we already got the ingredients, right? Everything is already inside of us. What do we do though? We get the opportunity to what? To let it settle. And when something settles, it kind of separates from itself. And when somebody shakes you up, then all of a sudden, all of that goodness just becomes one. And it's like, aha, it's all making sense to me now, right? So soul stirring conversations is for that reason right there. You are to be shaken.
And then she's going to do the get out.
Good morning. Morning.
Get out stir.
That part.
Morning, kings and queens.
This is the I choose me stir. Choose you today. You're worth it. But yes, honey, how have y'all been doing? How has your day been going? Welcome. Yes, y'all. Like, listen, this is the time I like to come on. We've been doing 8:45. That's Kia. Kia be 8:45. I'm like the 1 hour watch, right, y'all? I'm the noonday worship. But yes, how are y'all doing? I hope you had a great yesterday. Good morning, Queen Sheila. Okay, Queen Sheila is in the building early. Right. She said, I'm going to catch all this early.
That part.
And from the YouTube page.
Yes, I love it. Come from all channels.
All channels.
Good morning,
ladies. Blessed day to you both. Blessed day to you.
Come on in the garden.
Come on in the garden with me.
My sister.
There in the garden, we can talk to the master.
Won't you come on in the garden with me? That song.
Peace in the garden. Thank you, boo. We don't be playing.
Honey, you coming right on that song.
We be pouring all liberal until that thing get low. You be like, wait a minute now. Put a drop it there. Don't be big.
Wait a minute now. You be like, whoa.
Your creamer get low, all of a sudden you be paying attention, ain't be?
The little drop.
Little tink tink, little drip drop. Little drip drip.
There's a little color.
It still got some weight on it though.
Mm-hmm.
This is a family edition.
You
and your mama and your brother too.
Service,
Come on now.
The whole family get a cup of coffee.
That part. You get coffee. You get coffee. You get.
Everybody get some coffee, honey. Mm.
But yes, you know. Oh, we've been on 5 minutes. We are late today. It was one of those days. How that coffee taste?
It's just one of them. Good on my throat, honey. It's tasting good. And waking me up.
Oh my God. The best part of waking
that part
is Folgers in your cup. See? If I can sing, let me tell you something. Beyonce wouldn't be the only one in concert right now. Let me tell you.
Honey,
but you know, God gave me words. He didn't give me a voice.
But you would swear he did, honey. Can nobody tell you?
Okay, now Trinice made it to the show this morning. Good morning, girl. It's quiet in there. Good morning, Miss Portland.
Good morning, Miss Portland.
No, not Miss Barker.
Miss Portland.
Miss Portland.
Miss Portland. That part right there.
Yeah,
honey.
I needed a little bit more cream than that.
The cream.
I ain't about that life. Honey. Yeah. But yes, today we are doing passion versus purpose. Kia came up with a good one. Now we was already talking while I was setting up the system. She told my LOL. Yes, I made it.
Yes, you did.
She is her.
She here.
I gotta stop and do some sharing. Here. You know, I always get to talking and I share. But they always find us later, so
I love it.
Catch the replay. Let us know what you thought.
Yes, let's talk about this thing because this
passion versus purpose.
On it.
And so
passion versus purpose.
What we have to do is definitions, y'all. She made it because you late. They got jokes.
So do we need to push it from 9 to 10?
I already told you that. I told you in the very beginning.
Oh, Lord. 9 to 10.
But she made it because you late. That is so funny. That part.
Shit, we might as well. I think we be coming on closer.
Yeah, closer to 9. 8:45.
All right, Trinice, we should be seeing your face every day then. What time you start work? Because you what? The later? Don't y'all be at work? So this is your break time? Like
no, this is AirPod time, honey. You know you at your desk, you and your own.
She said work is like this morning. Oh, okay. So it be hectic because everybody just coming in and now they settling down in their duties. Got you. All right. 8:30, everybody get settled in, get together, morning, get their breakfast. Now, oh, okay. You be at work at 7.
Oh, so that's what happens. She be into the work when we live. She forgets. She needs an alarm.
Got you.
She be busy.
She be at work starting at 7.
She the replay queen.
Put us a topic in there that you want us to discuss. Don't forget, y'all. Give us some topics y'all want to talk about.
Now, we're going to put in passion.
Okay, you know Precious is the definition queen. We going to get it right so we know what we're saying.
Okay. So.
What is passion?
Number 1, first of all, it's a noun. And so it says strong and barely controllable emotion. Number 2 definition is the suffering and death of Jesus, right? So similar is pain, suffering, crucifixion, agony. Yeah, see, that's what passion is. I knew the passion was that. What's the true meaning of passion? A strong liking or desire for or devotion to some activity, object, or concept. A passion for chess, a passion for opera, sexual desire, passionate, i.e., right? That longing, that feeling, that desire, right? And so you have 2 definitions. A strong and barely controllable emotion. So passion means I can't. And that's why suffering is considered passion, because we can't control suffering. Does that make sense? Because we can't. It says strong and barely controllable emotion is passion, which is why suffering goes under it, because you have no control over suffering. We can't stop it if we want to. It has to serve its turn. So I guess that's the comparison. Huh? No, well, pain, suffering, agony.
You can't control that. It's gonna.
You cannot.
Pain is gonna linger.
You can't. You know what we do. You're gonna take a Tylenol, but you can't control. Now, what you can do is make it seem like it's not, because the difference of a
feel it, but it's still there. Your body is numb to it, but
there you go. Very important that you said that.
You took something to numb the nerve,
that part,
the pain, but it's still
there. Because soon as that pill wear off,
you gonna feel it.
The head it come back, the cramps
your head
go back.
Up.
You be like, it's been 4 hours. Time for a pre-pop, right?
I need to numb it again because I don't want to know that it's there.
So passion is a barely controllable emotion. Okay, we got that?
Okay.
Lesson 1. Strong and barely controllable emotion. The suffering and death of Jesus. Both of them are passion. Now we're going to do, so that's passion, and we're versus purpose. We're going to get the exact definition of purpose. Purpose. The reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. The purpose of the meeting is to appoint a trustee. Motive, motivation, grounds, cause, occasion, reason, point, basis, justification, intention. I like that one, right? Intention. Purpose is definitely intention. Goal, objective, desire, aspiration, wish, hope, advantage, benefit, good. I'm giving you all these things so you can always think about that when purpose hits in your hand. And whichever one hits you the most, that's the one you can hold on to, because these are all similar, right? So all these words are similar to what I just read. Synonyms. There you go. Benefit, usefulness, value. Come on now. Purpose is value. Merit, worth, gain, mileage. Amazing how mileage is purpose, right? Come on now, because you're going somewhere. That's why you're purposeful. Every step you take, he said he will order your steps. That's purpose, because it's mileage, because you're going somewhere. You're not where you used to be, even though you're not where you want to be. You still got some miles on you. You're actually moving in a direction of purpose. Boot, percentage, function, role. Got that? Gain, use. So all of those target. Object, aim, motivation, motive, cause.
Your purpose.
Is your purpose, right? Intention. Remember that intention. Purpose. So the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists, is purpose. Now, passion is to what? Is to suffer or to have an uncontrollable emotion towards something. Right? So now we ask, what your passion versus your purpose? First of all, what do you think? Do you have both at this point, right? Because I feel like your passion can lead you into your purpose. Will lead you, because its intention is your aim, is your objective. It is it is your goal.
Pleasure in doing.
Right.
Something you feel pleasure. You have pleasure in doing.
And actually the thing that you suffered into becoming, right? So you may have went to school, right? And so you made a purposeful life because you suffered through the 4 years to remain there. You suffered through the payments, right? Because that's all suffering. Come on, let's talk about it. How many times you writing them bills and you be like, boy, I could be going on a vacation with this rent. Boy, I could be going on vacation with this mortgage. That's suffering, right? And toward that payment, which you know you could be doing something else with it. But you got purpose. Your purpose is to keep a roof over your head, right? So my intention is to keep me covered, right? And so I have suffering and paying the bills. You know?
Passion seems such a good thing, but then the suffering seems so like it's like an oxymoron.
It is not, because
it's what like the passion sounds happy. Suffering sounds like harsh.
Yeah, but I think that what people don't realize is the only reason why happy is even happy is because you understood sad.
Suffering through something.
No, because it's balance. It's gratitude, right? And so you don't get nothing for nothing. They say give to receive, and to give is to pour. It is to pull out of your reservoir, right?
You don't have nothing
and
else
so
to give. You sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice.
It's sacrifice.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the passion is the suffering for the sacrifice, because I would be rather doing this. But because of purpose, because of the aim, because of the intention.
Whatever I'm passionate about doing, I often sacrifice a lot of stuff because I'm so passionate about what I'm doing.
That part.
That I guess for me and my mental, I understand it better when you say it like that.
Yeah.
But when you say suffering, I can't understand it. That's the way my mind thinks.
Yeah.
So sacrificing,
so you could have
it clicked for me.
Right. It's a sacrifice.
Because when you do suffer, you are sacrificing. Yeah. It's just, everybody's so different mentally.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta connect it. It's like, how do I understand? Okay, yeah.
Because the thing that you are
sacrificing something, and that's why you're suffering. To suffer is to sacrifice.
Period.
Yeah. Gotcha.
We did.
I got it.
You did.
I couldn't.
Yeah. Sometimes you could take your time.
I had to walk it through my mind.
There's no rules. Take your time. Get there. Because remember, it says strong and barely controllable emotion. So that's why they say sex and desire, right? Because you have this passion and you can't control the emotion, and somebody could cheat because of passion.
Yeah, and
it's a sacrifice, a suffering. Through there you go. Your whole assignment.
But you so passionate. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you. So
that's why they say agony, right? Because I'm passionate about this thing. I have passion for it, but it is a process. Yeah. And I think we want to be in a promise, but everything started in the process. The thing that I'm passionate about, the getting up early to go, that's sacrificing my time. And suffering, like I said, that's why I gave the idea of paying the bill. Yeah. Right? I have to pay the bill, Strong and barely controllable emotion when I'm paying a bill. I'm passionate. I have passion toward doing it.
I'm passionate about keeping this roof over my head, but the sacrificing and the suffering I gotta go through to make it happen. The passion is suffering.
The passion is
You're gonna suffer.
You're gonna suffer. That's the price of admission. What you're passionate about, you're gonna suffer at some degree.
At some degree.
Yeah.
Right. Got it. See, I love when my light bulb click on, because I'll be like, it be dim. It be like, that light be a little, like it ain't all the way.
Yeah.
But then you like going in and going out. I don't like that feeling. And for me, I like that.
And we always go through a million times.
I'll be like,
I don't get it. But then when you get it, you be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, see that?
I got an example. See what I'm saying?
So okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. My bad, y'all.
Do y'all got it?
Y'all got it. I had to just get the suffering part.
So that we can understand the passion versus the purpose.
Yes.
So the passion is just a thing that you would do, uncontrollable emotion to do it, which is why it falls under the suffering, because those are the things that we suffer unto, we cannot control, which is why there's a need for surrender.
Yeah. Because sometimes people be like, I'm passionate about this, but I have a check in a month. My gas bill about
Come
to
on
get
now. That part
but
makes
I
sense
keep
now.
doing it because I'm so passionate about helping people, even though I
it ain't helping me
money.
Yet. That's right.
Yes,
so I'm suffering to my assignment. I'm suffering to the thing that.
But I'm so passionate about it. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Because it's a desire.
It's in me. It's like
it's a strong desire that keeps on. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm passionate about I choose me. Hashtag no more excuses. Yeah. And I'll keep on going without no retribution or return. Because that part makes feel good. That's why it took us long to get on. Because I was kept on trying to explain, and it just
I'm like, girl, yes.
Yes. See how they be like, yes, Pastor. I receive.
You be like, you better go. Yeah, I understand. I gotta call.
That it feels good
to
when it hits. It does.
When
it makes it be like, my vocabulary.
Dot the I's and cross the T's. You be like.
Now let me share. Look, I done did all that. Let me share something. So,
all right.
So now we can go on.
So yes, y'all, that passion and the purpose is something. So okay, we got that passion. I got the passion.
And that's why I didn't use passion. I say, turning your pain into purpose. You notice that's my slogan, right? Turning your pain into purpose. Yeah. So, because people won't get passion. And you see, pain is passion. So turning your pain into purpose is finding your value in your valley. Got them sayings?
Yeah. Girl.
So because of what I endured, I created a movement, purpose. Bigger than me, assignment. But it was a suffering that was required for me to be qualified for purpose. Right?
Yeah.
So God is not picking on you. Yes. He is picking you up for purpose. So,
wow.
Just imagine we came to be the answer, right? And if we came to be the answer, then there was a problem. If there is a problem, then you have to solve it. There is pain in solving. Solving for X. Everybody used to have to sit there and be like, okay, that's why I say you're an X factor. I have to figure out what makes me tick, right? I have to get to the core of my pain so I can realize the game, right? What are you trying to show me? What do you want me to see? Why am I enduring at this capacity? Like, what's the reason?
Yeah.
It's your purpose. And until you can embrace the pain that I extracted, the sacrifice, the time, because you already paid it all. Like it's already been done. So the time has been paid. But to not, I guess, rise from it is to miss out on what you actually gave. That's already paid for.
Right.
So it's like your pain is in vain when you don't.
So you got to stay passionate to get up from that suffering.
That part.
Yeah.
You got to get up.
Remember, you're passionate about it. That's a part of the admission. That's the course of admission.
Hey, Queen. Good morning, lady. Yesterday's show was amazing. Thank you. It was so motivational. Oh, we appreciate it.
On and engaging.
We owed y'all that, honey. We was missing.
Honey, because without y'all, there would be no coffee and conversations.
I mean, it would be coffee and conversation, but it just would be without
us, because this is what we do anyway.
That's how we got started.
We wanted y'all to come
into
our conversation. So thank you for engaging and coming in and engaging with us on these conversations. So we love when y'all give us comments in the,
and keep us going.
And keep us going, not versus talking to ourselves. So, because we're going to do that anyway. Because you see, I'm over here.
Right.
I got to remember to look this way.
Because we talking.
Right.
But, so this is a good one, Author L. I think you're going to like this topic too. We're doing passion versus purpose. And we just discovered that passion is suffering. It is pain.
Oh, yes. Come on, Author L. I know you got this one. Come on.
And then we go in. So what is passion versus purpose to you? So passion is strong and barely controllable emotion. And so the suffering and death of Jesus, that's the number 2 definition. There's 2 of them for nouns. But the similars was suffering, pain, agony, crucifixion. And that's it. Keep it simple, shorty. And then purpose. Let me give you the exact definition because that's how I like to do, so that everybody is going from the same place.
So that passion is actually something you're going to be sacrificing, having some sacrifices with.
Yeah.
That passion, honey.
So your passion to write your book, right? You had to sacrifice
a lot. Some relationships.
Yes, some relationships, as you were saying yesterday.
Some things you didn't realize, like with family pain, supporting you. And your passion, right? You're going to sacrifice some stuff. You're going to be sacrificing.
And then the purpose, the definition for purpose is the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. Motive, reason, cause, point, basis, justification, intention, aim, object, objective, goal, Plan. Oh, plan. I didn't say plan the last time. Purpose is a plan.
Plan.
He said, write the vision and make it plain. And when I see me, then I got a plan. I got to take the eye out for the plan. God been giving me some good ones on this whole removing letters, adding a letter, moving a letter. Oh, send me the link. The link to what, boo?
To get in?
Oh, you want to come in? Okay, let me see. You got your thing up so I can always see us. We can keep on talking while I create a link to invite you in.
So, she's like, let me in.
I got something to say. So let me copy.
Absolutely. So now this gonna be a hot topic, y'all. This passion and purpose. So now that you know what each is, we was then having a conversation of, do you feel there is a difference between the two, or more of one leads to the other?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, because I was saying at first, like, your passion could be different than your purpose. And I was trying to give an example of just two opposite things. Like, I could be passionate about drawing, right? Or drawing art, but then I could be passionate. But my purpose is pretty much, what was I saying? Anything else?
Your purpose was health. Credit repair. Getting people, what you say? Getting people,
or helping people towards better financial habits or something like that, right? I'm trying to think of something that's totally opposite of each other versus a passion versus a purpose, right? Yeah. And then I was saying maybe like a doctor. A doctor is passionate about fixing or healing or, making people feel better doing as a doctor, right? Seeing patients and making them feel better. But then his purpose could be maybe a gardener. I don't know.
No, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. This is why I say that when you are actually doing, let her get herself in the cream. I can see her, so because once she pop up, she in the cream. I see you. Get yourself together, girl. Let's go with the doctor.
Okay.
Let's go with the doctor. Okay. And we just discovered that passion is, right, the thing that you suffer for. Mm-hmm. Let's say that if you go into the doctor's history, you find out that the doctor actually had a sick mama.
Okay.
So the passion, the suffering was watching their mama deteriorate and not enough people being in position to save her, because everybody would want to save their mom, right? Mm-hmm. So now the purpose was to make it his mission, because God said the thing that you suffer in will become your mission. It will become your assignment. So, right, I'll put you there so that you can discover me, you. Right? Mm-hmm. What you came to do. Mm-hmm. So it appears that they just became a doctor because it's a high paying job, or they just was smart and everybody told them. But if you uncover most people, you'll find the root to why they do what they do. Your why is win heaven yell.
And they'll say they're so passionate about
it. I'm passionate about saving lives because I suffer when my mama lost hers.
I couldn't save my own mom.
So my purpose is to study with intention and aim to heal this one thing right here, because that's what I'm passionate about. So now this is my area of study, because I want to save other people from where I couldn't save somebody that I love from. So that's how your passion becomes your purpose. So I don't know that it versus it, but it activates it, because pain becomes power.
Gotcha.
Death became resurrection.
Right.
See that?
So
in that order. You ready, boo?
Ready?
You ready? I'm done with this girl.
Right, gotta have them damn. That's right.
Good morning.
Good morning, Queen.
All right, look, I had her brush out of Walgreens.
The birds are chirping. Good morning to you.
My bad.
No, come on now.
Get it
hey,
in.
look. All I'm going to say is First of all, let me make sure I get what the topic is. Make sure I don't go off track, because I go somewhere. Woo! What's the topic again? Make sure.
Passion versus purpose.
Okay, let me tell you something.
She ready. That was it.
Good old water. That's right.
Let us know. Let us know what it feel like to you. Would it be not the
7-Eleven Slurpee? Is that the Slurpee?
They don't pay me enough. Okay, they don't pay me enough.
They didn't do us this commercial.
I can't.
All right, look. Like I said yesterday, it took me 46 years because they already knew I had the gift of gab. I'm a people's person.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about your purpose and then you talk about the passion, a lot of times if it's not broken down, you will confuse the two.
Yes.
I knew what my passion was. I'm a people's person. I watched my grandmother up until I lived with her, up until I was 14 or 15, to see how she helped everybody out, and she loved helping people. So I knew what I had, what was in me. Then watching my dad be an entrepreneur, I got to watch him make other people happy, but he loved helping folks at the same time. So a lot of businesses got created by people working with him. Where we get lost in, which is actually, to me, it seemed like a continuation of yesterday's conversation.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep listening, you know what your heart desires. You know when you get the butterflies. I ain't talking about the love butterfly, because sometimes that's not a purpose or a passion. Anyway, that's another topic.
That's another topic.
That's for Hump Day Wednesday. But anyway,
Humping Wednesday.
Anyway, you will lose yourself.
Yes.
And you will try to make it to where you living out somebody else's passion and somebody else's dream.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is that, let me do a little disclaimer. Anybody that's watching this ain't got nothing to do with Precious or Kia. But if you're going to go back and tell my family something, make sure you show them the video and make sure you get it right. And then don't try to add stuff, okay? Because some of this stuff is true. I love my mom. My mom's a teacher. I remember teacher, business owner. The two at that time didn't mix, because you got to go to school, you got to go to college and everything. Mm-hmm. I went so far off my purpose and so far off my passion that I went to school and took computers and stuff like that. That wasn't my passion until I got burnt out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know some folks can contest to that. You try to live somebody else's dream, somebody else's footsteps, instead of them realizing you laid the path. Either I'm going to come off of it or I'm going to stay on it. But if I'm doing so good as not embarrassing you, doing whatever, then be like, how many times I told my mom, give yourself a pat on the back. You ain't never had to go to the jail. I never got on drugs. None of that stuff. Now, I visit family at the jail. I watch folks do the drugs. I did drink, but I never got a DWI. Thank God I made it home sometimes. I'm just saying. But you never had to go through that. You don't have a story. And a lot of folks that have kids, I don't have kids, I got godchildren. Some of y'all don't have a story. But look at your cousins. They got stories. They done been through the heartache. They done been through, yes, you might have worried about us coming home at night. We made it home. Okay? But some of them got stories. But then you so afraid, you're going to be like your father. You're going to be like this one. Instead of seeing what's inside of them and what they love doing, I'm telling y'all, it had to take for me to leave. Now I was working and helping other people to look good. Remember the time I called y'all? Like, you got a lot of space on the side, bring it over some. But that's my technical side. You know what I'm saying? That's the producer. That's the TV version. I want, if I'm gonna look good, I'm gonna pay for it and make y'all look good. And it's just a little thing. Look at y'all looking all lovely. Look at the color. Look at that. But
so crazy.
You have to put yourself around like-minded people.
Yes.
Because the naysayers will kill you as quick as you can write it down on a piece of paper. And you are your own killer. And people don't understand that. You build up and listen so much. Little bit comes out, but that backup of naysayer wax buildup will kill your dream, kill your passion, kill your purpose as quick as you could just try to call out Jesus the day before. And it'll also make you doubt if he's real. And also, whatever high power y'all believe in, it will kill your high power just the same as you being high. Puff, puff, pass. You know what I'm saying? So when I first did my book, and y'all, I keep telling everybody, y'all keep forgetting the version that says honor thy mother and thy father.
So do you think your book is your passion or your purpose?
I think it's a combination.
Well, what is your passion? You said your passion is to help people?
I've been in so many businesses over the years. I've been in every type of business you could think of, from nutritional products down to 4 or 5 times prepaid legal, 4 or 5 times Mary Kay. And I've seen people be like, I'm in business. And then all of a sudden, and again, this is my disclaimer, it ain't about the ladies here, but this is just my experience. You get your people signed up, you get them in, and then you put them in an unrealistic reality. They're gonna have the 6 figures, they're gonna have the big car, the fancy, the whole 9 yards. And then when reality sits in, they from being up here, they go down to here. My main thing is now showing people the fundamentals of being. If you're gonna be in business, bless you. But act it. You know what I'm saying? Start, you make all this money, pay off some bills, you know what I'm saying? Just to save your receipts. Like right now, we're talking business. That's why I got my receipt. You don't think I don't? But if you're gonna be about it, be about it. But put yourself around the right people that is going to know when you have your lows, have your high. They've been there. They're like, look, you got to keep pressing forward. You got to keep moving. You're going to have, they're going to keep it real and being transparent. I didn't have that in the beginning. That's why I probably went from, but when I was at my A game, they knew when I was coming in the building. They said, don't you think that was a good idea? Yeah, keep talking. Oh, so you want me to take 5,000 and we're going shopping? I didn't hear you talk about a bill. I didn't hear you say put some of this aside, but you want to show me how to make $5,000 and we're going shopping. Now I'm back in the hole that I was in. And you wonder why you lose your downline. So I took it upon this just the thought talking to folks. Sometimes the purpose and the passion is in them. You know what I'm saying? They just need to talk. Sometimes you get more, more honey. You get more response when you just ask somebody a question and then just listen to them talk. The answer's inside of them. What keeps that answer inside of them is when they go from here to here, and this person ain't doing it, but you want to talk to them, and that person ain't doing nothing, but you want to listen to them, and that person ain't doing nothing.
But I
learned so much by being around y'all two. Yesterday, I was so motivated yesterday. I reconstructed some stuff yesterday but I was typing and I looked and said, that's what I was thinking about. Just by conversation.
And so your passion, and I wanted to touch on that you said your passion, seeing your grandmother deal with, so many people and made her a people person. And it definitely fits under sacrifice and suffering, right? Because when you are a people pleaser, you seldom get the refill you need because you're always pouring out and you don't stand still long enough for somebody to pour back into you. So being a people person, it definitely falls under passion because it is great sacrifice that happens when you serve endlessly to make everybody else happy without stopping long enough for somebody to make you happy.
It looks good.
And look right. So I definitely was like, okay, so now that's your passion. Your passion is dealing with people. Your purpose, right? Your purpose at this point is the thing that your aim is, your intention. So now that I suffered through knowing how to deal with people, my purpose becomes easier because I understand expectation. I understand pouring without receiving. I understand assignment, right? And so when you actually build the bridge from your pain into your power, when you get to your purposeful lane, it doesn't, you don't get caught up in the hangups of how other people are showing up because you have already practiced passion, which is serving with no return. So then now when you get into purpose, you can do God's work with no return because you are the evidence. And he said, if one can bring 1,000 and two could bring 10,000, your story, just getting one other person will bring 10,000 eyes to what he's saying. And so I think that is awesome, right? So even writing your book, that's purposeful, because I believe that your purpose changes from place to place, from season to season. I think your purpose is different depending on the season that you're in. So I can
definitely.
Yeah. And so, but your passion, the suffering never changed. Your suffering was always how you show up for people, and we can hear it. You can hear the suffering. You know, you can hear your sacrifice, because it always comes up when you're in that moment, because it is the thing that you died for. You had to die to yourself to keep on getting up and keep on asking them again after they didn't show up. That's dying to resurrect again. So every time y'all disappointed me, I didn't let it get to me. I came back. And so that's why it is okay to acknowledge your valley and acknowledge the suffering.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't acknowledge it.
No,
they want to keep, it's always keep it under the table. Don't tell the family secrets. And like I said yesterday, the person that did something to me,
I'm gonna get you.
You want to go ahead?
Oh no, go ahead. I saw a comment. I was like, oh yeah, she was agreeing with you, and I said yes, I agree with her. Go ahead.
When I wrote one of my collaborated my second book, and it was we had to pick the things that happened. Now, some things I left alone, and I remember when I had talked to the person that did something to me, and I forgave them a long time ago. They were like, write the book. They didn't believe us when we were kids. They didn't believe us as we got a little older. They didn't believe us as teenagers. They should have didn't believe when people start having children, and they didn't believe us full adults. But write the book so that it will help you, but also free us. So then I went and talked to another cousin. They said something happened on their street. Then I talked to somebody else. Something happened. I said, well, what? And I'm going to say, what the hell was happening in Charles County? So then I talked to another friend. She said she complete. She explained to her mom what happened to her sister. She could tell from her tennis shoes, with her patent leather shoes, to the lace, to the ribbon, and you didn't believe them. And they were like, well, write it. So then as I was coming back home to North Carolina, I was about to walk out the door, and not to be disrespectful, but a lot of times parents know when to provoke wrath to their children. They know when to push that button. And I was leaving out the door, and my mom was like, make sure you don't write nothing that will embarrass me. I'm sorry, what did you say?
That's a true story. This is a whole other topic too. But that's
so there's nothing that comes back to, and I just dropped everything.
That's a series. Yeah, that's the healing series.
Girl, let me tell y'all, I was 50. I ain't sugarcoat nothing. I told my mom, and this not to be disrespectful, but this is how much this has been holding back and suppressing. I said, you, any friends, family members, y'all can go to hell. Because I lived this, and I'm still living it.
Yeah.
I don't care about none of y'all right now. This is about my healing. Because every now and then we call a little cicada group. Every now and then we'll come up. Whatever happened to us, did it affect you, as you having children or in relationships? Well, this made me guard my children a whole lot tighter.
Period. It happened to me. Yeah. Overprotection for sure.
And then I had cousins that read the book. They're like, you left some stuff out, didn't you? I did. Now it makes sense of when you would come by and something, that's why you left. I didn't know. And they would cry or saying, I worked on the base and I had people come to my office. Did I listen to them? I mean, I watched my parents and I made sure that I wouldn't do. I said, then go back and call them and see how they doing.
Happened to me. Come on now.
Yep. Come on, Facebook user said, happened to me. Good morning, Mr.
Good
Brown.
morning, happy today. And we see Trinice Paulin said, understand boundaries too. Because, baby, I was out here willing to help people even when I felt depleted.
Come on now.
Come on.
That part. And you know what I think? I think we think God call us even more special when we do that. And I had to learn no, because God says to love your neighbor as you first love yourself. If he wanted you to give with nothing, he would have just said love your neighbor. But he said to love your neighbor as you first love yourself. That means it would be a lie for me to give to you was not already that I have, right? And so I'm pretending to pour into you when I don't got nothing to give.
I'm pretending
and that
to
part,
give when I don't even have nothing.
When I don't have nothing in my life.
All that. I had somebody tell me one time, they were like, oh, you know, you put your stuff together, your eyes, your clothes, everything color coordinated, you look all good, but it's in your eyes.
Mm.
Well, it's always
It's always in your eyes.
My eyes. But it's like, you look good. Everything all together, you look good, but it's in your eyes. And then when I moved, they were like, hold on. Because I didn't tell people that I had moved. I had about 4 or 5 people knew that I moved down here. They're like, oh my goodness. What is it? I said, I moved. Where you go? To Bowie? You go to Clinton? Where you go? I said, why? It's in your eyes. You look so peaceful. Moved North Carolina. What?
That part. Sometimes you gotta go to get your refill. You have to detach in order to get plugged into a better source. Sometimes we are plugged into an outlet that has no power. And so you ever
it has the power, but it's giving you
where
the
light switch wasn't on and you had somewhere to go and you just went and plugged it in because you assumed that there was power behind the wall, and then you plug your phone in and then you knew that you had to go and you got to grab your phone and you running out the door because you need your GPS, honey. We a GPS world, only to get in your car and realize that it hadn't even charged. Sometimes that's what happens when we're going from our passion right to our purpose, because you're not being charged. And so that's why you get stuck in that middle, right, where you haven't quite came out of your pain, but you haven't quite grabbed your power. So now you're you're stuck in the death, right? That's why I say we go from survivor, meaning flesh, right? I survived. That's my passion. I endured. I got to this place. And then we go into soulvivor. That's your purpose, because God says to renew your mind daily. If I take it as a process into my promise, then I don't take it personal, right? And so in not taking it personal, I renew my mind. I retract what it required from me so that I'm qualified for where I'm going, and I do not get stuck in the pain. I only try to find the power. And many of us stay in the death, and not enough of us resurrect. Like he said, I did that through you, not to you. You are still here. Somebody else didn't make it. That's what made you qualified. And until we can stand up in our power, there is nothing that God can do, because he said, I already gave you dominion and power over everything. If you're still asking me, you don't believe it. And you can only believe and receive, right? You can't receive it until you believe it. Let's say that. And so doing the work. Doing the work.
But I'm gonna take it a little bit further than that. You don't plug into a circuit and it doesn't sit there and zap your daggone energy and gave you the wrong power source that you need, and did not keep connected to God's power surge, and you don't win and bought a little cheap one, and now you don't plug it in. Now all your stuff right.
Yeah, it's gone. Facebook user says, help people to my depletion, had nothing left. Many people do those. Tanika Queen Tanika says, hold on. The eyes are the portals to the soul. Oh, yeah.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. Hey, but I just tell people like this. I know we done, I think I said it before, we done tried to find a replacement word for this phrase, and I've tried. I'm just not Captain Save-A-Ho. I'm sorry. I can't say.
Write your book and tell it all. You gotta free yourself from it all, and until you write that book and release it all, don't hold nothing back. I don't care what nobody say, because those are the strings attached to you, and it's not about what other people think. You are trapping your soul with soul ties that you don't even need to be attached to. So forget mama, sister, cousin. I don't give a damn what title they hold. Because if they're telling you to keep that entrapment and you feeling this way, you don't owe nobody nothing but you. You will continue.
It took a process. It took a process. And I tell everybody, I'm not perfect. I don't strive to be perfect. I don't want to walk on water. I don't want to walk on eggs. I don't want to float, levitate through the clouds. I'm just saying,
you like that book, honey. You gonna be doing.
I won't be dropping names now. Probably one name I probably will drop. But the second name, you'll figure out who it is.
You no. You gonna
no. It's a reason why. It's a reason why, and not like the physical name. It's like their alien name.
Shit, drop mine. I don't give a goddamn whatever it is.
Well, these days because of people, everybody want to be like 45 and start suing.
Your story. That's how you write me.
Oh, but you'll be able to get a little stuff. And I did some of my stories. I know I didn't do my best, so I grabbed those and I'm just gonna redo them.
That part, you see what Queen Tanika says? Big facts. You're not going to treat me any kind of way because of your family,
which is a title.
Roles and title.
Roles and title.
Oh yeah, because I matter of fact, I just came up with another title for my book, so that's like 90. So I already know my book's gonna be divided because some of the titles are gonna be over here and some are gonna be over. So it's still just the point of knowing that, like I tell everybody, if y'all read Psalms 56 verses 1 through 13, that is me. Okay. That is my life. Whether you read it frontwards, backwards, you grab something in the middle, that's me. And I already told Satan, you got rid of my composition book, but you'll never get rid of the scripture or the title of my book. And I tell people, if you think that it's you, buy it because you're not going to get a refund. When my show starts up, if you think I'm going to be watching, go ahead and subscribe and get reviews, but it may not be about you. Now, if you feel guilty and sweating, God said, "Vengeance is mine," said the Lord. But I love that little bit of sweating, boy. That little bit of sweat on the nose. You must have did something or said something over the years. I take that. Thank you. But I'm gonna keep right on going.
I find you can't take it personal anyway because everybody can write their own book and everybody has a perspective. Everybody had a part, like we say all the time, that God is so powerful that he can put 10 peoples in the same equation and everybody's going to get a different perspective, a different outcome, a different mathematics. So it ain't about nobody else. And until we stop concentrating on how everybody else played a part instead of figuring out what was I supposed to get from all the parts that were played from my grounding, how I can dare to be different, how I can change something, because the only person that I can change is me. And so I
think people gotta grow into it. It took me a while because I would be like, oh, so Precious, you got something to say? Boom. Now I got your mouth kind of bleeding, your nose kind of hurting, your jaw. Now I got your full attention. Is something that you wanted to say? That's how we were brought up, not like we were like bullies about it, but you keep running your mouth, you got to the point where I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. That missed me. So I need to change it around. Okay.
Come on, hold on.
Let's read these comments. Ron says, I have a gift of discernment. Use your gut when dealing with people, not your emotions. My saying is, I'd rather you be mad at me than me be mad at you. Doubt means don't.
Period.
That part.
Now screenshot that, Queen, and you put that on your mirror.
Gift, honey.
Put that on your mirror.
Our Facebook user said, I was told by a wise woman in 1994 to write my book. Lord, forgive me. I still haven't written and still suffering in silence.
My God. No more, sis. No more.
If you wrote that, then you need to write your book. If you were able to write that, you can start writing your book because you just spoke it in existence.
And you see that purpose right there? Because something that you said, come on now, Author L, made her have to tap back into 1994, which is why you open your mouth and you tell your story, because you are not the only one who is trying to get it together. You're not the only one who is concerned about how it's going to look. You're not the only one who is suffering in silence. But when you speak and say what I'm going through, what I'm processing, and how I'm turning my passion, my great suffering, into purpose, the story that I get to tell, because that's my soul print. And if I don't tell it, it dies with me. If you don't tell it, it dies with you. If Kia doesn't tell it, it dies with her. And so that's the responsibility attached to that passion becoming purpose. Until I get the balls or the guts or the intention to make it purposeful, it has no power. And so as long as I die in the pain, there is no power. If Jesus just stayed dead and didn't resurrect, we would have nothing now. And so the power is in the soul vital, the mindset, the talking, the words, the healing, the processing through. That makes all the difference.
And to that user, real quick, if you are on Facebook or doing whatever, a little tip every day. If a tip or something comes in your mind, keep a pad with you. Or if you got a recorder on your phone, speak into that. You look up, you don't got half your book done. You don't got half that. If you just want to give a tip of the day, that'll get you comfortable. If you want to give yourself affirmation in the mirror, that's where it starts at. Now that conversation gonna be deep. And you're going to take a lot of backlash, and that mirror going to take a lot of backlash. But after a while, you're going to be like this, and that mirror going to be talking to you. And then you just go down, and then when God speaks, I know I got it one time, and I just jumped up. And he was like, what's wrong? I didn't say nothing. I came in the room. I said, okay, Lord, what? Okay, is that it? All right. You were there, and went right back to sleep. So when he speaks to you, whether it's daytime, nap time, middle of the night, be ready, because once you unlock that door, then he's already on the other side, and you keep shutting it and keep locking, looking through the little peephole, or trying to look underneath the door, the little crack. When he opens it, get ready.
Get ready. Tanika says, correct. I live by this. Want to read Ron Paula?
Ron says, most of the times, as soon as you walk in the room with me, I can see you. I just don't say nothing. The most intelligent people now have to play stupid. You ain't getting over on me. I'm giving you grace for the space. God revealed things to you, but you gotta accept what he shows you. And a lot of time we don't want to accept it. Come on now.
That's a fact.
Grace for the space.
Oh, this is getting good. I'll catch the rest replay. Have to train our new hire, that part. Or for your self-publishing coaching, Apostle.
Come on now.
Right, that's what I'm working on right now, helping people actually self-publish. And so many people have been coming to me through the events and all that. And I said there is a way for you to self-publish and have access to totally what you have, because I don't have time to babysit you, but I do have time to share the steps that took me to be able to make my dreams a reality on little to no budget at times, right? And so, but when it is all said and done, honey, it's about you being able to say, I don't care if I'm just writing it for my family. I think that every family should write a book. It's on Amazon. You have the thing. And then you have so many different perspectives, because we don't get the time to sit down. People don't get the time to tell their stories. And sometimes the shame on it is so powerful that I'd rather you take the book, go in the corner and go through your own emotions. I don't want you to look me in my eye. I don't want you to have to hug me right now. I just want you to process. And writing it down like that allows people to really be able to process your story and process what it required of you, and process and see how much of a comparison there is to you and them. And then when they see the results of you, that's the inspiration. Now I'm inspired to be purposeful with my pain. So that's what Jesus was trying to show us, to inspire us to be purposeful with our pain, to inspire us to know that that passion is giving you purpose. And that's the purpose, is for you to acknowledge what it required, what it took. And so putting it in a story, putting it in a book. I've been writing since 2007. I wrote my first book. And that was like the most exciting thing ever, right? Going through that experience of being able to take just the gift God gave me of poetry and put it in a book so that when I'm not in a room with somebody, God could speak through me. And so many people came to me and cried and was like, oh, but that poem right there, I needed that. That poem right there, I needed that. And what mattered to me was that I didn't have to be in the room because I did the work. And so that's what taking your passion and not and being that's what God gives you, passion, because you're going to endure. You were built for the ride. And so those things that you think were breaking you, you're still here. So clearly it didn't break you. It broke your spirit. But he said that mindset, if you renew the mind, your spirit can come back together. Your spirit is something that you get to heal and reinforce and keep on serving. And so the minute that you know better, you do better. The minute that you understand that, you operate in it. So I wanted to ask what last message you wanted to give to everybody before you leave us, because we are at the hour.
Well, first of all, y'all need more than an hour, because yesterday I was like, yes, we going overtime. Oh, it's what they get in there.
Not you clapping when we overtime. I'm done.
No, but sometimes, like real quick, when I first did my show, I was doing 30 minutes. Some topics, I had to tell them the first day of my show, well, I got to go an hour. I'm sorry. It's just topics that are just so deep. But you know when it's at that top to keep going. Yes, they was needed. It was really needed. We needed that extra time. But what I would tell folks all the way around, it's just like when you work out. No pain, no gain.
Come on now.
Come on now. You're going to stir up a whole lot of stuff that you have suppressed probably since you was a child. And it's going to be okay. Work through it, because Lord knows I can tell you how many times I stopped working on some chapters because it was just too much. But then when I remember when somebody asked me about my book, is this book about you and you only, or is this going to be a book that could help somebody and do? I said I wanted to be where they know me, but also learn how I made it through. Because we're going to be through it. But what are you going through? So I tell anybody, again, if you have to get therapy, get with the right people that will see you going this way. Like, oh, back it up. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay. So you can still do that, but they got you. It's that support and that cradling, not that a crutch, but that's having you to see who you are and be transparent, y'all. I mean, I'm still going through some stuff, but I know that I got a voice. I know that there's somebody watching. And please know that when you go on Facebook, you go on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, somebody is watching you. You never know who is getting a uplifting encouragement to move forward, to keep going. Just try to be as much transparent, and that hurt. I tell people, yes, I might look good, not today, but I'm just saying I had to rush out the
You look good today, girl.
But if you were to rip my inside, I am just as messed up, tore up, ripped up, and everything. So start believing in yourself. Start loving yourself. Start encouraging. I gotta help my mirror now with affirmation. Somebody ain't use no ink, no lipstick. Somebody got some old stuff. Write something on there. Write something so that you see it every day, or find some paintings. But just keep it going. Let's get that. We with that car. Oh, we both 10, 14. Okay, let's get that car going. Let's get that third car going. Come on now. But just y'all stay in contact with these two ladies here. It's not by just them wanting to do. God put something in for that back. Not everybody can co-host together, y'all. I'm just saying, some spirits. I went there, not spirits of the Lord, but some spirits don't mix. And if y'all don't stay connected with them, share, because what? Sharing is caring.
Sharing is king.
Sharing is knowledgeable. And a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Don't waste our time.
Don't waste
somewhere else.
Come on.
Well, you heard it here with Author L. Thank you so much for joining us. You are amazing. You always bringing the juice to stuff. And listen, you need to bring your show back. Stop playing. Ain't nothing stopping you.
Well, no, only thing that's stopping me, I'm getting
we don't talk about it. We don't want to hear the excuse. We're going to talk about it.
No excuses. I'm getting the software that they use for the show, and my mixer is out of date, so I'm waiting for the new one to come in. But don't think I've been on. You just need the StreamYard.
Just get the StreamYard. Go ahead and
get StreamYard. They don't use StreamYard. I'm gonna do my own, but they don't use StreamYard with that. But don't think I ain't got my PhD almost graduating from the University of YouTube. I'm just saying. So when it comes, I'm gonna plug it in. But I love you guys. Thank you for being. Get that third card going.
We're gonna do 3 cards for you.
3 cards.
And look, the closest card when you spread it, the closest card that's in the middle of y'all, that's my cards.
Got you.
Okay. All right.
Love you guys. Everybody blessed.
Thank you for joining, my love.
Wait a minute. Screenshot. Hold on.
Screenshot.
Oh. Wait a minute. Who's this? Oh, wait a minute.
You got it? Did you get your screenshot?
Wait a minute. It's coming. Hold on. Oh, don't do this. See, come on, Satan. Oh, we'll find. Oh, here we go.
We're going to be patient. We're going to wait till you get it.
Somebody else do it. I done dropped the phone. Doggone it.
You got it, because you got to calm down. You got it. Love you, girl.
Love you guys.
Bye, bye. Oh, that was awesome. Author L, as always, honey. She gonna come in.
She bringing it,
and she gonna bring her concept.
Come on,
her experience.
We gonna read the word that God is
start shuffling the cards. Let's get this thing in. But I think that's what it's all about, right? It's about that part. Getting through the pain in order to live in the power. And if people are really serious about getting their stories out and they're willing to do the work, do the hard work, I can definitely get you through those steps. Message me if you really want to do a book. Message me.
You get your thoughts out your head and into that book. For the world to understand and know.
Write it down. And you can just do it to give to your family, just to tell your story. You could do it to have a family history. I think every family should start each pillar of the family write what they remember in the book. It don't have to be no rhyme. It don't have to be no reason. This ain't going out there to sell. You ain't got to be trying to become no number one. You ain't got to be trying to become no speaker. You're just writing it down so that your family can get the history of how y'all got to where y'all are. Remember, I say this is a program I'm about to start. We're doing a trauma program for sexual abuse. It's specifically molestation, because I find that there are so many different areas where they deal, and I don't see a specific group for people who have been molested. And so that's what I'm starting, a healing group for people who are processing through that childhood trauma as an adult, i.e. in your relationship, sexual, emotional, physically, spiritually. It's about getting back, retrieving your soul from the time that it was stolen, getting your innocence back, reclaiming your spirit is what the name of the program will be. But that's what we have to do in order to live purposeful, right? And so I had to reclaim my spirit in order to be who I am today. It was a process every day, right? And even when I lost my daddy in 2022 at the beginning of the pandemic, it was still a process. So I'm even writing a poem that goes the pain in my tears, from hero to villain to hero again, right? Because it is a hard story. It is a hard process. And we all have a story that we have to stand up in, that we can't allow to take us down. And then we will find out that the who we became was because of the what we've been through. The what is your wisdom hat. And we all got wisdom from our experiences. And that's what we bring back to the people who are waiting, who are longing to be able to be free again. And so we can free ourselves when we start to be intentional with our healing process. That's a process that should not be taken lightly. It is imperative that you heal through your trauma in order to clean the reservoir, in order for you to become wealthy. WELLTHY, thy well. Somebody is waiting to drink from you. So you have to clear yourself up so that you can serve and you can pour not contaminated feelings, but pure feelings of process into promise. That is passion, i.e. pain, versus purpose, i.e. assignment. Your value moment is your value, and that's why you are on assignment. So may your passion become your purpose because you have accepted your destiny. And I open up to grace.
Wow. Grace was a space.
And I open up to grace. You hear me?
Come on now.
It says, from his fullness, we have all received grace upon grace. John 1:16. God gives us even more grace. As the scripture says, God is against the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. James 4:6. Sin is no longer your master, for you no longer live under the requirements of the law. Instead, you live under the freedom of God's grace. Romans 6:14. Is that not the sacrifice we just talked about today, y'all? God is in the room. It says God saved you by his grace when you believe. And you can't take credit for this. It is a gift from God. Ephesians 2:8. God, how do I begin to thank you for your grace? By definition, I am unworthy, and I daily prove this to be true. Impossibly, you love me no matter what I do. And I don't even have to ask. Before I even know I need it, it's already given. I'm overwhelmed by your grace. Help me to show that same grace to my children and others around me. What does God's grace look like in your life? And I think that is so important because he says to help me to show that same grace to my children and the others around me. And I think that what was so purposeful about this is that we all have suffered. We all have passion, but we all have sin. And what that grace sounds like to me is forgive the person who sinned against you in order to have freedom to be the assignment, right? And so until I forgive the transgressors, right? The transgressions that has happened to me, I am not living in a free place. I'm living in shame, unworthiness, disposition, discourse. Right? And so if I bestow grace to somebody who didn't know better, so they didn't do better, then God gives me grace for healing somebody who can understand that it is not of them, right? And that you may have suffered, you may have endured, you may have been robbed of innocence, you may have been robbed of relationship, you may have been robbed of trust. But God said that if you renew your mind daily, I can give you everything they took. I could give you double for your trouble, right? And I think the double is about that two touching and agreeing. You believing in who you are after. It's not in spite of, it is because of. It is because of your passion and the things that you endured that you get to be purposeful. And when we begin to operate like that and we operate in God's grace, then we forgive those who have hurt us in order to live in abundance. Because as long as we still feeling that hurt on the inside, we can't overflow for the people that need us the most. You are on assignment. Take your assignment seriously. Because God said, I already gave you grace. Ooh, that was good.
He is giving you grace, honey.
Oh, wait. Author L, before we pull our cards, let's see. And then we're going to get
L says, and even if you need that little extra encouragement, inbox me. And if you would like to be on my show too, inbox her. Because I will have these two ladies on. Let's sit down and talk because your voice needs to be heard. Come on, Author L.
We coming, boo.
Show. I love you too. My dang allergies acting up. I know my nose acting
Everybody
up. Everybody
allergies is on one right now.
Policy.
It's called spring. Okay, so the one in the middle.
Okay.
So which one of these?
In the middle.
So here's these in the middle. Pick a number from 1 through 4, author L, and then we're gonna pick one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, whichever one she picked is gonna be ours, and then we can pick.
Give us a number 1 through 4.
Once you put it in there, we'll pick one of those cards. That's yours, right, boy? Mm-hmm. So these are the I am. I don't think she responded. Yes, let's go with 3 for the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Get the third card. Okay. So, are y'all ready to find out what is I am? Ooh, she got I am kind. What does mine says? Oh, I am talented. I am talented and I am sufficient. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Talented,
so,
sufficient,
I am kind, sufficient, and talented. Passion versus purpose. Even though I have been hurt, I am still kind. Even though life has taken from me, I am still sufficient. And because God says my gifts will make room for you, your gifts shall make room for you.
That part.
Your gifts shall make room for you. I am talented. And so, if you can talently endure, be kind, stay sufficient, you will turn your what? Your passion into purpose. So there will be no verses. Sometimes we verse one after the other, and God said that is a bridge. Your understanding is the bridge from your passion into your purpose. Both are required, but it depends on the season that you are in. So I need you to be sufficient, sufficient in this season, so that you can what? So that you can use your kind talents to be healing to somebody else. And don't forget, God says that grace be upon you. So have grace on the people that hurt you so that you can free yourself and forgive them of the things that you cannot change in order to be who God made you, which is the change. You are the change agent. And we love you for that.
Change agent.
This was good.
Changer.
This was good. So let me tell you guys, we enjoy you. We are about to leave out of here. Enjoy the replay because I'm sure people have some replay. Put some comments in there. Remember, it is a relay race, and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, oh my God, it tells us what you got right. And what God got right is you. So remember, we don't compete. No, we don't. We complete. And the difference between them two words is an L. And the L stands for love because love grows everything. So remember, you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Remember, that is the measurement of ability in which you can respond. We all have one. We all have passion. So we all have suffering so that we all have a responsibility because we are all on assignment. It is not what you have. It is who you are that they remember. That is your impact, the agreement heaven had with earth. So you've been tuned into Coffee and Conversations. So don't forget to wake up and make today count. Remember, love grows everything. So love yourself first. We'll see you guys back here for Hot Topics tomorrow. So anything goes. Tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I love you.
Come with your hot topics. What we talking about tomorrow.
Only a day.
Oh, Bye-bye.
Choose me. # no more excuses because you were born enough.
Bye-bye.